Matt, tell the folks at home what we're doing today.
A little Nova, supernova action. Just got off the Ocoee, the sweet new Dagger Nova that everybody's been talking about. And this thing is awesome for sure. We're going to go over the boat in detail, walk through this thing. But yeah, what a great design, great boat that Snowy got for everybody out here. So let me walk around this boat here and we'll get started. The bow's nice. It's got a little bit of rocker, but it could use just a slightly bit more rocker when you're going over boosts and things like that. And also when you're surfing, this boat, at least for my weight, tended to purl a little more than I wanted to. Now I do have the seat moved forward a little bit to get the bow down a little bit easier. I will say the bow on this compared to the prototype, it's slightly larger. I would say the whole boat in itself seems to be about a quarter size larger than the prototype. So if you paddle the prototype, again, this is going to be a little bigger, a little harder to get down. It's not hard, I would say, but just keep that in mind when you're paddling the boat. For the bow, again, to get it down, you got to get a nice double pump, get that thing in the water, push it down, follow it through with your eyes, and there she goes. So it's super nice. Nice little design here though. It's pretty neat. The grab handle, I would say one thing about the grab handle, it's screwed in here to just the plastic, so it's got a little bend to it, as you can see. Be a little worried about that if you got in a pin situation, had to pull on that really hard. Another thing to kind of keep in mind there. But yeah, let's just move on down the boat. You see a lot of the screw holes, so I'll mention that only because keep those things tight. And this isn't just this boat. A lot of Dagger boats, the bolts tend to come loose a little bit, you know, and that's some give and take. The bolts are nice because the seat's easy to move and stuff like that. So when you get home, tighten up all your bolts. Keep one of these with you if you're on the river in case you need to move your seat, in case you need to tighten up some bolts. And the other bolts are just Phillips heads, so right up here. Just moving on down the boat. One thing to note about the cockpit, it's nice here. It's got a nice lip on it. Your skirt goes over nice, gets a nice seal. So that's real cool. This boat, the Nova, will take just 1.4. So a large, if you're using an IR skirt, not an XL. You could use an XL, be a little loose. So moving on here down here to the back grab handle. This one's super solid. I feel pretty safe with using that one. It doesn't really budge at all. That moving the plastic and me moving my thumb, but the grab handle is super solid. Nice little graphic here with the Nova, love that. They're a cool little thing. As you notice, the stern's got some rocker too. I didn't really notice any catch going down river, which was sweet. It's got a really thin stern, but again, didn't notice any catch. As far as stern squirting, awesome. Super easy to get vertical on pretty much any eddy line or in flat water. And comes around nice. Stern stalls for days. I think I got it up a few times a day, just no problem at all. Set up there for a few minutes. So the Nova comes standard with your contour ergo outfitting with your nice step out pillar here. Super solid. And we added some shot cord here to put your sponge, throw rope, water bottle, whatever it may be. Just a little nice Jonny Ortiz hack there to keep in mind. Nice water bottle or throw rope holder right here. Super solid, super secure. Just throw these things down. That's nice. And you got your nice Dagger leg lifter here. It keeps you nice and locked into the thigh hooks. One thing I will say, at least my preference for Dagger, the thigh hooks don't come out quite as much as I want, but this kind of compensates for that and pushes your thighs further up into the boat, so which is nice. Got your, again, standard Dagger hip pads, which are super nice. One little click off. They come up here. For me, I got one pad in each side, which does the trick. Just by getting one click back. All right, if you want to adjust the back band, you know, those come off nice and easy if you want to do that. Up and down here, click those back. Then if you want it to come up higher or lower, this is where you adjust right here. So higher, pull them. And if you want to lower, just loosen them up a little bit. Solid support here in the back, you can see that. If you need to move the seat, unscrew both of those, unscrew both of those, unscrew that about, what do you say, a quarter to half away, and then just scoot the seat forward or back. Locks in nicely. Super easy, doesn't take long at all, a couple seconds on the river, and you're golden as far as moving the seat forward or back. So for me right now, I have the seat forward just a tad. It helps me get the bow down a little more, and it helps keep that tail out of the water for the bigger holes that you hit. Flip this thing over, check out the bottom of this boat here. I will say the Dagger plastic, you know, it's probably with every plastic nowadays. Looks a little iffy, as you can see. Already some decent chunks taken out of there just after one run of the Ocoee. Again, I don't think that's a Dagger thing. I think it's all boats nowadays. But look at the chines on this boat. Comes in, tapers down about an inch at the bow and stern, but nice like 2 or 3 inch chine here. Pretty stable boat overall, but you got an edge when you want it. Nice smooth planting hole, awesome surfing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but one of the best surfing boats out there right now for sure. Yeah, look at that sexy hull with the colors. All right, let's get down to what y'all kind of want to hear, the pros and cons of the Dagger Nova. First pro, comfort. Super comfortable. You can have full shoes on. I could have Brewers. I didn't have them with me today. Astral Brewers. I had Loyaks on. Seats move forward all day long. I can sit in this boat, no problem. Pro 2, the hull of this boat. Super loose, super engaging, but when you want to disengage, it goes on a dime. On a wave, 360 spin all day long. One of the best surfing boats I've been in a long time. And I know I said that when I demoed the prototype, and the same thing applies to this one. The hull of this boat is just phenomenal. Wait till you get it on a wave, especially like a glassy one, diagonal ledges on the lower galley. Y'all are going to be impressed. All right, I'll say number 3, just both slicey ends, and especially the stern. The stern is one of the best sterns on the market. The Ozone gives it a run for its money, and I would say they're fairly equivalent, but both are super easy to get vertical, and both stall really well, pirouette really well. But if you're looking for a full slice option, I don't think there's a better stern on the market than the Nova. I would say one con, again, it's not really a con, but if I had to pick something, the bow just has just a tad too much volume, I would say, for the people who want to be able to throw this boat around like with ease. The prototype was a little smaller, and it was like literally butter throwing this thing around, like no problem, could clean it. This takes a little work. It's not hard. So I guess if you had to have a con, that'd be one. All right, team. I'm going to say con 2. There is none. This boat's sick. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's a sick boat. They're sold out everywhere. Get on a list if you want one. That's all I got to say. All right, everybody. Time for the teameddyline rating system. You might hate this or love it, but we're going to do it. So let's start with first. Number 1, comfort. 10 out of a 10. Especially being a full slice. I don't know another one on the market that's more comfortable with this boat. Full shoes, full everything. It's just comfortable. You can stay in this boat all day long. 10 out of 10. Next rating, playability on the river. I'm going to give it a 9 to 9.5 just because a 10 is really strong for playability on a river. But yeah, you can pretty much do anything. I would say the one thing you can't do is like the full moves, like a loop or that kind of stuff. Maybe a pro, not me, as a amateur, advanced, whatever you want to call me, paddler. But yeah, stern squirts, splats, cartwheels, pirouettes, that kind of thing. Surf, 360 spins, all that, all day long on this thing. So 9, 9.5. Third, downriver. So what I give this thing downriver? I would say an 8. It needs a little more bow rocker to kind of get over those boosts. And to be fair, I paddled on the Ocoee day one time, so take that for what it is. But I did paddle the prototype on the upper galley and lower galley. So anyway, downriver, The stern's not too bad. They did improve the stern on catching, so it wasn't too bad when I went down river today. The bow, though, just needs a tad more bow rocker to get over those boosts. And I will say it tapers in pretty thin here. So if you were to piton or something, that would hurt pretty bad. So otherwise, it's comfortable, like I said, and that kind of plays in the downriver. And it honestly punches pretty well through holes and boosts pretty decent. So I want to stick that at an 8. The last one, creeking, and I'm just going to kind of give a guesstimate here again. I haven't taken this thing on a creek. I'll do my best. And just because it's a full slice, it gets knocked down quite a bit. And I know there's been some videos on this thing, or the Supernova especially, on some bigger creeks. But to the average paddler, I would say I would give this between a 4 and a 5 for creeking. You know, it's got a thin bow. Yeah, it's got a step-out pillar, which makes it safe. But you can still get pinned fairly easy in this boat. You can piton pretty easy on a rock. You know, is it made for creeking? Not really. So, to be fair, I mean, it's a lower rating, but again, to be fair, it's not a creek boat. But yeah, could you take it down a creek? Absolutely. Would I take it down a creek? Probably. Would anybody take it down a creek? No. But, yeah, 5. And Snowy, good job, buddy. You knocked it out of the park on this thing. All right, everybody. Me and Johnny just want to say we appreciate y'all, especially the new Instagram page. Y'all have been killing it on there, liking, viewing the videos on YouTube, getting more views. If y'all like this kind of content, me and Johnny are stepping it up. We got better gear. We're doing more filming. We're doing longer filming in different spots. So if you like the content, you like where the channel is headed, we got more to come. We're going to start focusing more on very quality videos and quality editing, that kind of thing. So please help us out, like and subscribe. That definitely helps the channel out. And yeah, we want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for saying hey on the river and honking when you go by and all that kind of stuff. And we'll see you on the river.